Hey yo, just went to half price and I got like 5 books and I got this Doomsday Prophecy A to Z. I don't usually like that kind of stuff, but I opened it up, very informative. The first thing they say about the Mayans, listen to this. The Maya of Central America believed they were descended from the mythical Atlanteans, whose technology had been taught them by visitors from other planets. You know, kind of crazy, huh? Like, I thought it was only Jose Arguelles who believed the Mayans were sent to Earth specifically to give us the correct mathematics. But now this book is saying that they got a lot of their technology from Atlantis, you know. But I thought that Atlantis had nothing to do with. I mean, it was right next door to Mesoamerica, perchance. But like, is it saying that Atlanteans gave them the calendar knowledge? Because that's usually from the Olmecs, who date from 3000 BC. That's like the beginning of the sacred long cow calendars, when some people believe the Olmecs, actually created that. So, yeah, and then it has a good 4 pages on the Millerites, William Miller, The Great Disappointment, which I cured. It's no longer disappointing if you actually read Nietzsche. But it even has like a weird painting of the paranoid Miller, in his fridge with all his meat stocking up for the end of the world. And it's just very sad that he was having a Neptune conjunct Sun transit, just like I am having right now. Neptune's in Aquarius, so they say all Aquarians right now are a little fantasy prone and they're daydreaming a lot. And he was like, Jesus will come down with all his saints. When he was right, in the sense that someone would be born around then. So, me being an Aquarius rabbit is very strange, to have found out this true cure to the great disappointment. It's a big honor, and I think I'm going to start writing a book instead of just having people look at my pretty face. If it's written down, people won't be as biased as towards who's giving them the information. Finally, Zarathustra, Zoroastrianism. Good section on it. It says that history, said Zarathustra, would someday come to an end. After the destruction of Ahriman, the earth would be recycled and purified. Humans would be rewarded with paradise, an ideal heavenly realm featuring a divine court abiding over the blessed. Hell awaited the wicked. It was not eternal, but its fires would purify the earth of evildoers. So, and he said, just before that final day, Zarathustra would return. Until then, every 1,000 years, a prophet would appear until the final restoration of the world. This final restoration would occur 3,000 years in the future, or about the year 2500 CE according to modern calendars. But they don't really know, do they, when Zarathustra was around? So they're just estimating it from their date, which makes it 2500 BC. What if it was 200 years before that, which is very likely? It could have been, I don't know, 1844, Zarathustra would come back. I mean, the only text Nietzsche truly believed he channeled most of was Zarathustra. And it's also his most poetic because it came from the heart. It wasn't some philosophical doctrine with some stupid critique of, objectivism. It was from the heart. It was a reevaluation of values. The earth does need to be purified. And Quetzalcoatl was also said to return around this time, 1844. The exact year is the beginning of the 13th Toltec era. Quetzalcoatl return. Quetzalcoatl and Nietzsche both have E, T, Z, and C in their names in the same order. I mean, I just don't. I really think that I'm a part of this now, and it's like when I write a book, I hope I'll get more exposure, because YouTube is just for people who want to kill time and talk about the current events. I'm talking about how the past has still not been figured out and should be part of the current events. Like, this is crazy. Zarathustra was supposed to come back, just like Quetzalcoatl was supposed to come back. And Nietzsche said in his autobiography, Each a Homo, it's inspiration, specifically in the Zarathustra section. Inspiration is something that you don't have control over, and he never had any choice. And in my astrological chart video for Nietzsche, I give great quotes as to people saying that he felt as if it was just flowing through him and he didn't even need to think. This is Zarathustra coming back. Okay? I mean, what other thinkers called himself an antichrist other than Aleister Crowley, for instance, who was a crackhead by 24? Nietzsche was a professor by 24. Crowley believed he personally ushered in the Age of Aquarius. And yeah, he has Saturn in Aquarius, which rules that sign. But Nietzsche has Saturn and Neptune in Aquarius. And he's not fucking crazy. And didn't take all those drugs because he felt like it. He took opium a lot because of his physical nausea. He had such a frail body, he said only his sickness brought him to reason. So anyway, Nietzsche as a figure is fulfilling not only the Zarathustra archetype, who said he'd return around then, the Quetzalcoatl archetype, who hated war, by the way. Quetzalcoatl hated war, and so did Nietzsche. He was a medical officer. And William Miller predicted October 22nd was the last day he predicted that something might happen. It was exactly 1 week after Nietzsche was born, the only self-proclaimed Antichrist. So yeah, glad y'all could listen to that, because no one else is.